These are the most beautiful places on Earth, and today we're going to show you why these 10 cities made the cut. The world is full of beautiful places, from snow-capped mountains to lush rainforests and sparkling seas. But there's something about cities that makes them truly unique. Maybe it's the way that towering buildings and bustling streets somehow coexist with nature, or maybe it's just the energy of the city that makes everything feel so alive. Whatever the reason, there's no denying that some cities are just more beautiful than others. That's why we've put together this list of the 10 most beautiful places on Earth. So sit back, relax, and let us take you on a visual journey to some of the most stunning cities in the world. Number 10. Amsterdam, Netherlands. Amsterdam is a city that needs no introduction. With its iconic canals, charming houses, and world-class museums, this Dutch metropolis has long been considered one of the most beautiful places on Earth. The city's canals are lined with trees, and the water reflects the light beautifully, especially during the winter when the branches are bare and the sky is grey. This creates a magical atmosphere that you can experience by taking a canal cruise or by renting a boat and exploring on your own. The 17th century canal houses are another reason Amsterdam is so enchanting. These picturesque buildings come in all shapes and sizes, from tall and skinny to round and squat. They're typically painted in pastel colors, which gives the city a whimsical feel. Of course, no trip to Amsterdam would be complete without a visit to one of its many world-class museums. The Rijksmuseum is home to Dutch masters like Rembrandt and Vermeer, while the Van Gogh Museum features, you guessed it, works by Vincent van Gogh. And then there's the Anne Frank House, a poignant reminder of the city's wartime past. Number 9. Cape Town, South Africa. Cape Town is a city of breathtaking beauty, situated at the southwestern tip of Africa, with views of the ocean, mountains, and vineyards. It's easy to see why it's one of the most beautiful places on Earth. The city is home to some of the world's most famous landmarks, such as Table Mountain and the Cape of Good Hope, but it's also home to some hidden gems that are lesser known, but just as beautiful. One of the best ways to experience the natural beauty of Cape Town is by hiking up Table Mountain. The hike itself is challenging, but the views from the top are absolutely worth it. On a clear day, you can see for miles around the city, and on a foggy day, well, you can see nothing, which makes for an even more magical experience. Once you've worked up an appetite, head to one of Cape Town's many restaurants for a delicious meal. The city is home to a wide variety of cuisines, from traditional South African fare to international dishes. Be sure to try some of the local specialties, like biltong, which is similar to jerky, and bunny chow, which is a curry dish that originated in Durban. If you have time, take a day trip to one of the nearby vineyards and sample some of the world-class wines that South Africa has to offer. Number 8. Edinburgh, Scotland. Edinburgh is a city of contrasts. It's home to both historic castles and modern architecture, as well as bustling shopping streets and quiet, leafy suburbs. This makes it a very versatile city that has something to offer everyone. One of the most iconic landmarks in Edinburgh is Edinburgh Castle, which sits atop Castle Rock, a huge piece of rock that dominates the city skyline. The castle itself dates back to the 12th century and was once home to Scottish royalty. Today, it's a popular tourist destination where visitors can explore its many towers and ramparts or watch the famous changing of the guard ceremony. Another must-see attraction in Edinburgh is the Royal Mile, a street that connects Edinburgh Castle with the Palace of Holyrood House. The mile is lined with shops, pubs and restaurants and is always bustling with activity. Be sure to stop by the famous Scotch whisky experience, where you can learn about the history of this iconic drink and sample some of the finest whiskies that Scotland has to offer. Number 7. Kyoto, Japan. Kyoto is a city that seamlessly blends tradition and modernity. It's home to both ancient temples and bustling shopping districts, making it a very versatile destination that has something to offer everyone. One of the most iconic landmarks in Kyoto is Fushimi Inari Shrine, a Shinto shrine that's dedicated to the god of fertility and plays a major role in Japanese culture. The shrine is famous for its thousands of vermilion torii gates, which form a tunnel that seems to go on forever. Another must-visit attraction in Kyoto is the Golden Pavilion, a Zen Buddhist temple that's covered in gold leaf. The temple is surrounded by a beautiful garden that's perfect for strolling and taking in the serene atmosphere. If you're interested in Japanese art, be sure to visit the Kyoto National Museum, where you can see works by some of the country's greatest artists. Number 6. Quebec City, Canada. Quebec City is a city that will transport you back in time. With its cobblestone streets and old-world charm, it's one of the most enchanting places in North America. The city is home to some of Canada's most important landmarks, such as the famous Chateau Frontenac and the Plains of Abraham. The Chateau is a luxury hotel that was built in 1893 and is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Its turrets and towers dominate the skyline, and it's one of the most photographed buildings in Canada. The Plains of Abraham are a large open space that were the site of a battle between French and British forces in 1759. Today, they're a popular spot for picnicking and relaxing. Number 5. Prague, Czech Republic. Prague is often called the City of 100 Spires, and it's easy to see why. From the iconic Prague Castle to the Charles Bridge, this Czech capital is full of beautiful architecture that will leave you in awe. One of the most iconic landmarks in Prague is the Charles Bridge, which crosses the Vltava River and connects the old town with the lesser town. The bridge is lined with statues of saints and is a popular spot for tourists and locals alike to stroll and take in the views. Another must-see attraction in Prague is the astronomical clock, a medieval clock tower that's located in the old town square. The clock is over 600 years old, and it still chimes every hour on the dot, letting visitors know the time. Make sure you stick around until the top of the hour to see the clock's moving figures come to life. Don't forget to check out the Jewish Quarter while you're in Prague. This historic neighborhood is home to several synagogues and the old Jewish cemetery. The area is also home to some great restaurants and cafes, so be sure to grab a bite to eat while you're there. Number 4. Sydney, Australia. Sydney is a vibrant coastal city that's home to some of the most iconic landmarks in Australia, including the Sydney Opera House and the Harbour Bridge. But the city's beauty doesn't end there. From its world-famous beaches to its lush Royal Botanic Garden, Sydney has something for everyone. One of the best things to do in Sydney is to take a ferry to one of its many beautiful beaches. Bondi Beach is perhaps the most famous, and it's a great place to surf, sunbathe, or simply walk along the shore. If you're looking for something a little less crowded, head to one of the beaches in the Royal National Park, which is located just south of Sydney. The park is home to some of the most beautiful coastal scenery in the world, and it's also home to a variety of hiking trails. No matter what you choose to do in Sydney, you're sure to be impressed by the city's natural beauty. Number 3. Vancouver, Canada. Vancouver is a city that's surrounded by natural beauty. It's nestled between the Fraser River and the Burrard Inlet, with the coast mountains looming in the distance. This makes it a very picturesque place to live and visit. Some of the best things to do in Vancouver include exploring Stanley Park, which is one of the largest urban parks in North America, or visiting Granville Island Market, which is home to a variety of fresh seafood and produce. You can also take a day trip to Whistler, which is a world-renowned ski resort that's located just 2 hours away from the city. Number 2. Vienna, Austria. Vienna is a city that effortlessly combines history, culture, and natural beauty. From its grand palaces and gardens to its world-class museums and art galleries, Vienna has something for everyone. Some of the best things to do in Vienna include visiting the Schönbrunn Palace, which is one of the most important landmarks in the city, or taking a stroll through the beautiful gardens of the Hofburg Palace. You can also catch a performance at the Vienna State Opera, which is home to some of the best opera and ballet companies in the world. If you're looking for something a little less touristy, head to one of Vienna's many coffee houses and sample some of the city's famous Viennese coffee. Number 1. Florence, Italy. Florence is a city that needs no introduction. From its iconic Duomo to its world-famous art, this Italian city is truly one of the most beautiful places in the world. Some of the best things to do in Florence include visiting the Galleria dell'Accademia, which is home to Michelangelo's David, or climbing to the top of the Duomo for stunning views of the city. You can also cross the Ponte Vecchio Bridge, which is lined with shops and is one of the most picturesque bridges in Europe. If you're looking for something a little less touristy, head to one of Florence's many trattorias and sample some of the city's famous Tuscan cuisine.